I am Michelle with two L's.
And I'm Natalie the Red.
And we are Forcify Entertainment. And we are here today to review season 5 of Netflix's Cobra Kai. We've both been Cobra Kai'd it up a lot lately.
A lot.
Because you guys know from our Karate Kid first watch that I'd only seen I think 3 seasons. Natalie hadn't seen any seasons at that point. So Natalie at least got to see Karate Kid first.
I did.
We have now both watched Karate Kid 1 and 2. That reaction will be on the way shortly.
Third one I'm sure will come.
Yes, and I know some of the characters in this season come from the third one. But the show does a great job of kind of showing you what you need to know. But we are going to watch Karate Kid 3 and react to that at some point. So that will be on the way as well. But yeah, since we were having to play catch up before the season, we've both been watching a lot of Cobra Kai.
Yes.
But we are here and we have now watched season 5 all the way through season 5 of Cobra Kai. We're all caught up. Again, the only thing we lack is Karate Kid 3. But yeah, so here we're going to give our review of Cobra Kai season 5 and we'll probably just kind of tell you the things that really stood out to us because I don't know how Natalie feels, but overall,
we haven't discussed it yet, so this is just, off the cuff. We'll say our opinions.
Yeah, so overall, I thought the season was really good.
I really liked it.
Yeah, I thought, you tell me what you think. I feel I personally enjoyed this season more than...
I think maybe it's been one of the best seasons.
I think it has. I think it's been one of the best. I thought the first season was excellent. And then 2 and 3... we're pretty good. But I don't know. For me, I feel like this was probably the best season since season 1.
Yeah.
That's just my take on this.
And even with the kid, kind of cheesiness sometimes, it's like, I really like the show. And, honestly, it's not something that I would have on my own ever probably watched. But after I watched Karate Kid, and as you know, I kind of loved it.
Yeah, Karate Kid's great.
I guess it kind of piqued my interest. Okay, I will get, because I've heard a lot of people talk about Cobra Kai, and it's such a different show for me to watch. But it's that's almost what makes it so refreshing to me.
Well, and to me, what was so refreshing about this show is kind of the character, even Johnny.
I love Johnny.
I love Johnny too. But just how non-politically correct this show is willing to be, which is really more true to the 80s and that era. And I think people just really enjoyed it. I definitely enjoy it. And I will say too, speaking on this season, of course, there's absolutely ridiculous things that happen. You just have to accept that.
It's honestly once you get into it, you kind of embrace it, and it's just part of the fun.
It is. And that's what this season was, a lot of fun. I was just going to say, would almost everyone have been arrested at least once this season? Yeah, they would have been. But does that stop my enjoyment of the show? It doesn't, because it's like she said, it is what it is.
It's a show I'm just kind of down for the ride.
Yeah, and it's fun. And so I want to get into some of the things that, again, as we both, I guess, feel, we thought this was one of the best seasons since season 1. Hey guys, Netflix has done it again. They pulled another Stranger Things, where the last season was as good as the first season.
Yeah,
there with it.
That's hard to do.
It is. But yeah, getting into some of the things I really enjoyed about the season. And again, I really enjoyed pretty much all of it. In fact, and I can get into maybe
I'm sad it's over.
Yeah, and they set it up for the next season. I could get into some critiques, some real nitpicky things about this season, but for the most part, I just really enjoyed it. And some of the things that stood out to me, Chozen steals this season for me. Because we had just watched Karate Kid 2, where Chozen is just so ridiculous and you don't like him at all. And he doesn't even end in a good place. And for him to come back, I just wasn't expecting.
And I love the guy.
I know. I wasn't expecting to love Chozen this much. I really hope Chozen is in the next season. I need Chozen at this point.
I care for Chozen.
I do too.
I want his life to work out well. I want him to get his woman.
I do, yeah.
I want good things for him.
I absolutely want good things for Chozen. And Chozen and Johnny together, awesome.
Love it.
Yeah, absolutely love it. But yes, was a huge show. The whole scene where has the kids protect the eggs. That was awesome.
Well, and he's just like he's so wise now.
He
It's like
is.
he's grown as people should, hopefully. I mean, that's kind of the goal in life. He's evolved so much as a person to go from what he was in Karate Kid 2 to who he
Yeah.
is now. I mean, it's pretty awesome and inspiring.
And as silly as this show can be, where again, I think that the movies were a little less silly at times. I will say this, I think a great theme that is carried over from the movies, and you really see actually in Cobra Kai, is like, say, with the Chozen or all the characters, that people don't have to stay the way they are. Like there's a lot of character growth, like people changing and becoming a better person. And I mean, that's the way we should all strive to be, constantly being better.
Absolutely.
And you see that throughout the multiple characters, because to me, and you can tell me, was Chozen your standout character? Who was your?
He was one of my favorites. Yeah, I mean, of course, Johnny's always like
Johnny's Johnny. He's like he's the best. I
he's
mean,
the goat, but
you love Johnny.
and I mean, I love Daniel's son too. But
Johnny had so many one-liners that were cracking me up this season.
Oh my gosh. All the seasons. Like it'll be like I'll be serious and I'll just bust out laughing, just because like just the randomness of it, he'll just bluntly say something. It's not only it's like not being politically correct, he has like no grasp of technology, and that continues to be funny somehow.
Or no grasp. I'll tell you, I did crack up at the final battle in the finale when he's like, I'm full of whiskey and White Claw. like, I don't know, his lines just get me. They really do. Johnny's always awesome. But I will say again, back to like personal growth. For me, a character that really stands out is Tory this season.
That's true. Yeah, she's come a long way.
She has, because they began that really last season, but this season you find it kind of reaches its fulfillment.
I wanted that to happen.
Yes.
I think Michelle and I have talked about this before. It's weird. Have you guys ever noticed when you're watching a show or a movie, there's something in human nature that it's like when there's two enemies, you almost like you're happy when they team up and like they become like it's good for the soul for
I think that's why Chozen's so awesome.
Yeah,
because it's Chozen.
That's truly an example of that.
Teaming up with Daniel. I mean, Chozen was going to kill him in Karate Kid 2, and now he's going to fight for his life with Daniel. I mean, it's pretty awesome.
Now he's like the best friend you could ever imagine.
Truly, but I really loved Tory, her arc this season, because you really get to see like how sad her home life is, and what a big person it took for her. And I know it took all season, but for her to finally admit, like, he cheated for me to win last season, that was like a really big step. And in fact, I mean, I like Sam, but Sam's going to have to catch up to Tory in my mind.
On Tory's level.
Yeah, because again, especially with her background, there was just so much growth and so much good you saw this season with Tory's character.
Because you almost see from the beginning, there is a lot of good in Tory. And it's just like, now I feel like it's finally like she's progressed and through these things in life and with karate and all these relationships she's had, she's really blossoming into, a lovely young woman.
Yes, she is. So Tory stands out. And then I also love that, talking about enemies teaming up, finally Miguel and Robbie hashing out their beef with one another. That was a hysterical scene where he's like, just fight it out, basically. And they do. But I really enjoyed their growth as people, and just them being able to work through those things, because both of them are actually good guys.
They are.
But you also understood why they didn't like each other in a teen sense for the longest time.
A lot of rivalry for several reasons. I think.
So I appreciated that. And then I thoroughly loved too. I really like that where he's finally arrived. And
it's like he's finding balance.
He is.
I feel like finally, like who he really is supposed to be.
Yes, I like that. And then of course, when you had Miguel, Robbie, and Hawk all together, it was like, yes, like that was one of those moments you're just really excited to get all three of them together, because it's just like, man, that's kind of an unstoppable trio. So I really enjoyed that.
They are kind of like the best.
They are
of the kids. Well, I mean, Tory and Sam are obviously they're great fighters too. But you kind of put it in two different divisions, I would say.
Oh, and I was glad that the one other girl kind of realized too, because of Tory
Yes,
at
she
the
did,
end. I
yeah.
forget her name. She came into last season and then was in this season, but she realized like I don't want anything to do with this.
Yes.
That was good. But yeah, I did really enjoy. Again, was it ridiculous? Absolutely. But I did really enjoy the final like battle, so to speak, at the
Yeah.
dojo at the end, at the finale. That was a lot of fun. The villain of this season, besides Terry Silver, who I wanted to cut that ponytail so bad the whole season. I just want to take scissors and go choo-choo.
I feel like maybe unpopular opinion, okay? But he is a weirdly attractive older man.
Oh, well, okay. Well,
he is kind of an attractive weirdo.
If I could get rid of the ponytail,
like very
maybe
nice face.
Maybe, yeah, if I could get rid of that ponytail that I just want to clip. And I feel like he curls that ponytail.
As one should.
Spoken from someone who knows what a curled ponytail looks like.
Exactly.
I feel like he devotes time to that ponytail every single day. But he really, obviously he's the big bad of this, and boy was he bad. I mean, willing to kill, do anything.
And then that woman he brings in, that's like
she's
the granddaughter of a major, like one of the teachers or something. Yeah, she's not great on the inside.
No, she's not. And then I can already tell this character is going to begin his restoration in the next season. But good gosh, Kenny got on my last nerves this season. It's like, kid, you're at like a 10, and I need you to take this down. Like, he just became such a bully.
Oh, yeah. Like, I know, I believe he'll have his, like, redemption, definitely.
He will.
Because, like, there's a lot of good in him, too. He's just kind of gone down a wrong path.
I mean, he literally had his buddies dunk LaRusso
that was
into a toilet that had poop in it.
I was like,
it's like,
no.
I was just thinking he's going to get pink eye. This is terrible.
In both eyes.
The bacteria? Oh my gosh, no.
That's going to be a nasty case of conjunctivitis.
Oh gosh, that was pretty bad. That was bad. Yeah, Kenny was definitely kind of the kid villain of this season. Oh, and then what's his name? He finally came through and really cracked me up in the finale. The older guy, Stingray.
I do enjoy the characters.
I do too.
He just adds like a comedic element.
Oh, definitely.
Like he just wants so bad to be like one of them, even though it's like he's always hanging out with teenagers, which is a little bit disturbing. But we all know one of those people.
And he did at the very end come back and totally redeem himself.
He did.
So I appreciate that.
I like how he told the story using Dungeons and Dragons. It's like, just say what happened.
Yeah. So yeah, most of the season I really enjoyed. Again, my only critique, did I really need Johnny and Mikhail's mom to have a baby? Not really at their ages. I did it.
Was that a little random? Yes. But I mean, I get it's exciting. Like on a show, it's like people love a baby, So I get it.
And here's my nitpick, my one nitpick, which it doesn't affect my rating of the show. My nitpick was actually with the Dungeon and Dragon. When we just had the epic scene of Eddie like rolling the dice and all that from Stranger Things, it's like, let's just stay away from that game because you're not going to touch that scene.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's a nitpick. That's not like anything that stopped my enjoyment.
Like obviously Dungeons and Dragons has been a really popular game for a long time, but it is like as a Stranger Things fan,
it made it so much more
tied into that. It's
yes.
like the two are the same almost in my mind.
They are. So with them both being Netflix shows, I was like, I probably just would have picked a different game. But again, that's a nitpick. I'm trying to think anything else, Natalie, that stood out to you this season.
Something that definitely stood out to me the first time that this show and in the 5 seasons I've watched that my jaw actually dropped.
Okay, what did it?
Let's see if you understand. Like Kreese.
Oh, I knew he wasn't dead. I absolutely knew he was not dead.
I didn't know. It was just like because the guy's kind of like, they call that a shank?
Yeah.
I'm not big on the prison terms, but I think, it's like, it was just aggressive. And I literally dropped my jaw. Like I thought, are they just going to take him out like this? Like he's going to be.
No, I knew there was no way Kreese was going out like that.
But then
But then he came
But
back.
then-
Kreese,
Boy, did he come back.
I mean, he survived the war. He was going to survive it. You knew he had a plan, and you see him just prance out. But then it's like, dude, like, had you just waited, you probably were going to get released because the guy has now
That's
told.
what I was thinking. Like, you already I mean, he didn't know that.
He didn't know.
But there really already kind of was a plan in motion.
Yeah. So now you think, next season, of course, Kreese will be back. We'll see. Clearly,
He's
going to be a fugitive. And then also, I'm sure next season they'll be preparing for that big tournament that they set up in this season, which we didn't get to see in this season, which is good. We need something for next season. So I guess next season will kind of go more to a classic. And they seem to be doing that, actually. Season 1, tournament. Season 2, big fight at the schools. It's like they kind of go back and forth between big fight and like karate style, like matchup tournament type thing. So I'm sure next season we'll get that tournament. But yeah, I really enjoyed the season. It was just a lot of fun as it has continued, as Cobra Kai has been and it continues to be.
I'm excited for season 6. I don't know how long that'll be. Probably like at least a year and a half.
They're usually like right at a year.
Fast?
Yeah, they're pretty fast. I think they're already filming it.
Yeah,
they're quick with it. I appreciate that about Cobra Kai. They're fast. So
some shows do, like the Apple TV shows. They're like
the only thing I would say about Cobra Kai that I wish they didn't do is this is such a silly, at times over the top, fun show. I don't know why they put the F word occasionally in it, because
it's almost like it
doesn't fit.
It is kind of like, because there's something, even though it's like they do things that I guess are like, and like you said, they cuss, but there's such a like innocence to it in a way.
Yes.
It's like I never watch that and feel like heavy or down, or like oh gosh, that's a little too much, stuff I don't really want to hear or see. Like, it's just, I thought that's part of what makes it a refreshing show to me. It's like, it's just a good time.
Well, and that's why it almost takes me out a second when they say the F word, because it doesn't fit the feeling of the show. And here's why I was saying that too.
Come on, Danielson, we know you don't use that.
Well, and then I just I feel like this show could reach an even younger audience had they not done that, because it is such a fun, lighthearted show
that really like many ages
can appreciate. So that's the only thing I have to say.
We're trying to get our dad to watch it.
I think he started it. I don't know.
Nice.
But so let's go ahead and give our rating of the season. I'll start first. I give it a 5 out of 5.
Girl, definitely.
It was a great season. It gets 5 hoots. It gets 5 hoots. It's a perfect score. We really enjoyed the season. It was a lot of fun. Can't wait for season 6 of Cobra Kai. Which again, we'll probably get in about a year from now.
Isn't it like the #1 show on Netflix right now?
I'm sure.
Said #1. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize it was like, I knew it was popular, but I didn't know it was like that level.
Like Stranger Things and Cobra Kai are definitely their 2 biggest shows especially selling merch.
Yeah.
So they do really well for for Netflix, but yeah, it's doing well. People are enjoying it.
I see the shirts at my daughter's school.
Yeah, they're all over. But yeah, 5 hoots for Cobra Kai season 5.
Absolutely.
So what did you guys think of Cobra Kai? Where does it rank in your season list? What stood out for you, moments or characters? Share your thoughts below. And if you have not yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also give the video a thumbs up. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, remember to be a force of light. All right. Bye guys.